It's Week 16 of the NFL, and this one features the Ravens. Field-stretching tight end. Always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Ravens and the Steelers, and it comes your way next.
At the confluence of the three rivers, the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela, we are here at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, it's been perfection so far. They come in here unbeaten at 14-0.
And just 2 wins away from doing something only 2 teams have ever done. But the most important thing for them now is to make it to the postseason in one piece.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time.
They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
The run on first down gets him a couple up to the 27. Here, look at this Baltimore defense.
It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Short one there to follow you. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 41-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
At the 50-yard line.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. There he goes, right side. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Now it's Fields.
A solid stiff arm. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Up the middle they go. It's Bennett. Now he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Looking to throw on second down. Fields. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 15.
Well, remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, that's earned it by their play, the psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
The numbers last week for Mitchell. 14 carries, 68 yards.
I have to say, partner, their coaches didn't do a very good job of hiding their thoughts this week when they spoke with us, did they? They told us exactly this. We've been good on the ground, but sitting 8th in the league, we know we can kick it up a notch and push for the top 5. So there's no doubt in my mind we'll see them try to establish that ground game early and try and pick up an early lead.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And Charles, you think about this offense, it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 33. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched the playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Now 2nd and 5.
Now they try the right side here.
And not much room to speak of. We'll get about 3 up to the 41.
No score after 1 on EA. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
As they've got it as we resume action. The tight end in motion right. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
41 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. On first down, it's Fields. Got an open man, it's Pickens.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up second down.
Brings up second and 7 at the Ravens' 43-yard line.
Don't jump. Ready? Hurry up, hurry up.
Now a handoff up the middle. Bennett. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
He has been nearly impossible to throw on all year long. If it was me, I'd say he could go ahead and book that trip to the NFL Awards Show in February. He's going to be Defensive Player of the Year, I think. What do you think?
I would agree with you, and the reason why, because he takes the ball away, because he gets to the football. The only way a defensive back ever wins this award is because they have a number of interceptions, takeaways, knockdowns, all of that. Add it all together, he's created a lot of big plays.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game.
And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Steelers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards, and they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Fields now to throw. A short one there to Freiermuth.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. That catch in his career is number 662, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Ozzie Newsome.
Yeah, who was a wide receiver at Alabama before he transitioned in the NFL. And we're seeing similar attributes here because the ability to play inside, outside, flex out, he can catch it from any position and turn it into a big play.
Now he's got his eyes on 700.
Here's second and 10. Fields.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
Back to throw. Fields.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
Come on, come on. Hey. Not saying 19. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6'6", doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
To throw is Fields.
And complete on the right side to Bennett. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Yeah, this one's high, but not very far. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it down.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Ravens post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback.
The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And taken right on the 30. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see.
Okay, great.
35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on 1st down. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
So first question that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here's Fields. A short one there to Frymuth.
The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
On 2nd down, here's Fields.
He finds his man, complete. That's Bennett. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
1 second, all that remains.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half.
Second half begins with a carry by Mitchell.
And some room to run now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Back to throw here. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35.
I don't care what level of football you play. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along and hope someone would come free.
First down, here's Mitchell.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Wide open receiver complete.
touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to extend their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group. There he goes, left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Here we go. At the 47-yard line.
Here's Fields. Completes this one to Pickens. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. Second down and 4.
At the 47-yard line.
Now Fields. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He'll wind up getting just a yard. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Bennett. He's to the 15. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. With his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have cut it back within a score.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but takes it all the way into the end zone.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. These two teams met in Baltimore. You might remember earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Running left, here's Mitchell. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He got 29 yards that time.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Following the play here, now we've got an injury. A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. They'll try the left side. Gunter. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He wants it all for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. 37 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Extra point right down the middle, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Here we go. I'm good.
Here's Fields now on 2nd down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That's taken on the 25. Well, following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Check mash. Check mash. Go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gunter, 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
18 Cardinal.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
A great play there. 27 yards. And the Ravens have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator. And they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the fourth quarter. And I don't see them looking back.
Now the try here for the point after. And that one makes this a 19-point game. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete from the contest. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, Ken.
Now it's Fields.
Stiff-armed him. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Go.
4th down. Fields has to have this one.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone.
Cougar 19.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4th touchdown pass as they're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, 4th quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will bump the lead up to 26. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Here we go. Tonight.
On first down, it's Fields.
Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Fields now to throw.
Eluding the press. And he's going to go down again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Don't jump. Ready?
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
They snap it to Fields. Oh, and that is incomplete. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You say you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already had what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
Buffalo 18. Panther 11. Panther 11.
That one looks like he'll throw here toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Flush to his right. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Looking to throw on second down, Fields.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Here we go.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
Go.
Back to throw, Fields.
And the pressure gets to him again. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
70 Rangers, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Ready.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Steelers 9.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was safe. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for the Ravens,
they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0.
and they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.